Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing my client Mackenzie's nails. This is her video debut on my channel. We've never filmed an entire video of her hands on my YouTube, so that's what we're doing today. She's a longtime client of mine. I've been seeing her for years now. And this is her first ever mystery mani. So what a mystery mani is it means basically my clients pick out their base. So she chooses builder, that's what we always do. Their base, their shape, their length, that stuff, and then the design is completely left up to me. I usually have it pre-drawn beforehand. And because Mackenzie's been coming to see me for years, and this was the mystery mani, her first mystery mani, I felt a lot of stress. Because it was her birthday set and it was her first mystery mani. So I was very anxious, but what I had done, she had pointed to a set I had done on Vanessa a while ago, and it's the like chrome set. I actually have it on my channel, a full YouTube video of that. I'll link that as well. But she had pointed to that set being like, I really like this. And I was like, okay, that's the vibe. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm heading. Because she also said that she didn't want anything similar to what she had ever done before. And so this was definitely nothing that we had done before. So that's where we're taking things. We're kind of going for a dark chromy airbrush vibe. I just removed the old set with my e-file bit, and then now I'm getting everything prepped. This little pinky, she had a good crack all the way through because he had no idea. So I soaked that one off. You can see the builder was all that was holding the tip of that nail on. So I soaked that one completely off, and then we'll just pop a Gel X tip on there a bit later. But we'll get all these fingers prepped. We use the nib bit from Erica's ATA to remove protein and lift up the cuticle, making nipping a lot easier. These are Mackenzie's natural nails. Every once in a while we do get a break. She goes about, I want to say like 6 weeks-ish between appointments, which for this length is definitely on the long side. Like I'd recommend probably closer to 4 weeks. But we make it work. If she has a break, we repair by using a Gel X tip or doing an extension, whatever. And yeah, and then we overlay with builder in a bottle. Mackenzie's one of those clients, I have a few clients that I keep the gel bottles builder in a bottle on hand for. I think I probably have like 4 clients that I use it on. Not very many, but for some people it works so well that I don't want to not have it, and I could absolutely transition them into something else, and maybe I will one day, but for now I just keep it on deck so I can make sure to use it on them because they find it to be quite a comfortable product for wearing and it lasts really well on their nails. So just for that I use builder in a bottle on her. And now after prep, we're going through and I'm filing over the natural section of the nails on a very slow speed. And then once I've hit all the natural nail on all the fingers, I go back over and just smooth out that builder a little bit, getting rid of any leftover product that maybe I didn't get off with my original e-file, and then smooth out the surface. So you can see I'm applying a Gel X tip here. I've applied a coffin shape, but I am going to be filing it obviously into shape to match the rest of the fingers. I applied the coffin because the taper and the length of the nail was good to match the rest. But yeah, now we're just doing the fill, so I'm just applying a slip layer and then going in with a bead of the product and filling in that empty space as well as walking it down the nail there. It is a little bit thick, as you can see, but we will correct any of that in filing. I just want to make sure that the apex is in the right spot, especially because she does go quite some time with her nails being quite long. I want to try to prevent breakage as much as possible. And then I always go in with a little liner brush and just move the product around. I do this with any type of builder. It just makes filing later on a little bit easier if you have the gel already kind of where you want it. So I'm just shaping out this little Gel X nail to match the rest of them. And then I'm going over all of the nails and refining the shape a little bit. I'm a little bit tired right now while I'm filming this voiceover, and it's probably because I ate a massive bowl of pasta. But I could use a coffee. I was just like sitting here thinking, like literally mindless, just watching my video, not thinking of anything to say, just sitting here blank staring at the screen, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing a voiceover right now. Get it together, girl. So at the time of doing this voiceover, it is my birthday soon. I'm turning 31, which is crazy because I feel like I just turned 30. I mean, literally a year ago, but yeah, my birthday's March 6th. I'm not doing anything, but I do love birthdays. Just a nice, I'm like not so much like a celebrating person, but I do like going and like doing something specific for my birthday, like going out for dinner or going out for an activity or something. Vanessa and I are actually going to go do a cake decorating class, which is super cute. So you just saw me apply a thin base coat to all the nails, and now I'm going in with a black color on her pinky, just applying a thin coat of that. You want to be careful with super opaque gels. This one is not super opaque, but you want to be careful if you are using darker gels or super opaque gels that you just apply a thin coat, because you want it to cure fully in the light, because we don't mess around with uncured gel. That is an issue for many reasons. So doing 3 coats. I actually just ordered a new black gel. The one I'm using in the video is from the gel bottle, but I just ordered the Divock Vanta Black, which I'm excited to try. Here the opacity is really beautiful. It's like a 1 coat situation, so you guys will see it, I'm sure, at some point in the video. Not this video, in a video, sorry. Okay, my big head blocking me using my new yogurt gel. This is from the In the Mood for Love 2 collection and is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with the sparkles. I put them on myself too, and I've put them on many clients since I received them in. I will say this gray is pretty full coverage, so lots of the time if I'm doing silver chrome, I'll just lay down 1 coat of this guy beneath, and that's good enough. But for all the other gels, aside from the glitter, I guess for all the black gels, I applied a 2nd coat. And now, after everything's fully cured, I'm going in with a matte top coat because I'm going to be doing some airbrushing. And so I use the Airbrush paints, the brand called One Air, which is skin-safe acrylic paint. So it's water soluble, you can wash it off, it's fine if it gets on the skin. And then these airbrush stencils I made myself. So I'm just going through and applying all of the airbrush stencils for starters. They have a good adhesive to them, so they stick quite well. You don't have to like worry about holding them down while you're applying. So I can stick them all down and then I can go in and paint. So when I'm airbrushing and I'm doing a stencil, I'm kind of focusing right on the center of the stencil or on the inner area. So then you just get like this soft burst of airbrush paint that goes around the stencil. It gives it like a softer gradient effect. This is always so satisfying, peeling off the stencils and seeing how crisp everything is below. With airbrush stencils, you can wipe them clean also. It's a good thing to do. Wipe them with a bit of alcohol and avoid like getting too much alcohol on them because you don't want the alcohol to seep under to the sticky side, but they are definitely reusable. Cute. That was the pink airbrush that I'm using here. I'm going to do a couple auras and then I'm going to load my airbrush up with some white. Oh, a striped nail. I love a striped nail. I just actually, a few hours ago, at filming this voiceover, did a couple striped nails. Okay, now I'm just putting some white in as little like bursts because I'm going to put some little starburst stickers on top. Or glitter star stickers, I should say. You'll see when we get there. Whoop. And I always say this, but I treat my airbrush the same way as I treat my chrome. So I always file around the edge to make sure that there's no airbrush paint on the edge of the nail to prevent chipping. It's the same thing you do with the chrome. You don't want chrome on the edge of the nail. You definitely don't want airbrush paint on the edge of the nail if you're using acrylic paints. And I'm going in with those little stickers. Look how cute. I love these little stickers. I use them all the time. I originally ordered the silver and gold thinking that those would be the ones I would use the most, and I've almost used up all my white ones. Because they're just like the perfect thing to add on if you're like, oh, and I can definitely paint these, of course. But a little sticker, so quick and easy. Love that. I'm just using a base coat to cap in my airbrush, and I do this again, chip prevention. Lock and load that airbrush paint. And then we're applying some charms. I just dunked a bow charm that I made in my airbrush, or not airbrush, in my mold. I just dunked that into my Gin B Ivy Fix Gel, and then I'm using a bit more of the Ivy Fix Gel to outline the nail here, the stripy nail, so I can apply a chain to it. I measure and pre-cut the chain before this part, so then I can just like lay the chain into the gel and kind of sort it out a little bit before giving it a little flash cure. And then again, anything that I'm just like is covered in gel, I've dunked into the Ivy Fix. I love dunking a charm. It's a great way to apply it. It does make it a little bit more slippery. It's slipping and sliding all over the place, but it's definitely, especially if there's going to be some gaps underneath, it makes it easier because it kind of fills in those gaps. Now on the little glitter nail, I'm doing a bit of a French tip. I'm using that gel bottle jet black, so I am going to have to do 2 coats of that as well. I believe I only show 1 coat, but I am going to do 2 coats, just so you know. When I'm doing French tips also, same as when I'm filing, I always flip the hand upside down to look at it from another angle to make sure everything's kind of even. And I definitely recommend doing that as well. This is another little charm I've made using one of my molds. And then I'm going to go and cover the entire nail in the Gin B Ivy Fix, and I'm going to place these little silver beads all over the nail. Just surround that star, so cute. And then I'm going to apply some McCart rhinestone gel just around the French, and I'm going to use those same silver beads and place them all along the French line. If you're trying to be symmetrical, one thing that I recommend is start with your center point and then work back and forth, 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. Makes it a lot easier to be symmetrical. Oh my god, look at that. My entire jar of silver gel leaked. It's like a new jar too. So annoying. So I ditched the gloves for a few minutes. I feel like all my product always leaks. I don't understand. But I'm doing a little spiral. I've been using the Gel Bottles silver liner. I usually use Sissy's, but I just had the Gel Bottle one. And it's not bad. I think I still like Sissy's a little bit better, but yeah, no, it's not terrible. And then I'm using the Jello Zigzag Gel, which is some of my favorite gel for 3D. I love gels being in a tube. And I'm creating a little guy on her nail. It's super easy to work with. You saw how easily I just like finessed that. And then okay, so this is a good example of my workflow. I'm working on that one nail, this nail, and I jump back and forth to the other nail, and I jump. So I usually do like to have 2 nails that I'm doing that with, where I'm bouncing back and forth, working towards completion of each nail. And you'll see, I just kind of continue on that way. So I'm going to continue working on this little guy on this nail. Then we're going to jump back to this nail where I'm doing like 3D chrome spikes. So I used the toy gel from Vala and I created these little spikes. Now I'm going over with a chrome gel just in preparation for chroming the entire nail. And then when that's curing, then I jump back to this nail and I do his little arms and little legs. And then I jump back to this nail where the other one's curing, and then I work with the chrome, cover that fully in chrome. And then I'm using, this is after I filed that nail, but I am using the Young Nails Gloss Gel. And this is a hard gel product, but it's a hard gel top coat. So you find it's great for capping in airbrush, or sorry, not airbrush, capping in chrome. But you can only use it on like a solid base. So it's gotta be a builder base, a hard gel base, a Gel-X base. Otherwise, on a natural nail, it'll just crack. I'm adding little details to my little teddy guy over there, so you give him little X eyes and a little heart. Again, doing the Ivy Fix dunk. And then this is the trick with those little silver beads. I get a lot of messages about that. Always put something over top. Whether it's a rhinestone gel or a little dollop of hard gel, that is how you keep the finish on those things. Otherwise they wear down. Same with pearls. I always put a little dollop of like hard gel on top to protect the finish. Otherwise they just like turn white or gray or whatever color is on the inside. But now I am top coating the nails using Zombie Top Coat. I love Zombie Top Coat. It's a great thick top coat in a jar. I mean, in a bottle. And there we have it. There is the finished product, the Mystery Mani. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you enjoyed this video.